Stop. Pause the video. Where do you guys go in 4th position? Or where do you think I'm going to place? In this Colonist live auto rank game, I play as gold in the 4th position, which is personally one of my favorites to play. I bet you're not going to predict what I end up placing on. Leave your guesses in the comment section down below. And as always, enjoy the content. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Shady's on Broadway here, and again, I'm wearing headsets for no reason, as I am not actually utilizing anything in relation to that. But yeah, here we are, Colonist auto rank again. I do have to post a little bit of personal stories in relations to things going on in life, because there has been a lot of changes. There has been a lot of things happening, a lot of things going on. Life has kind of drastically changed, for better or for worse. But that'll be a little bit of a tidbit of information for you guys that we'll have to look at a little later down the line. But in the meantime, I want to bring you guys some Catan, because I haven't done that in a while. Might do a little bit of basic splicing and editing for this one, now that I'm going to have a lot more time on my hands. But yes, without further ado, we should have some fun. Do let me know if you guys have any questions down in the comment section below. We are going to be placing, looks like, in the 4th position, a position in which we know and love and grow dear to. We're not particularly ones that enjoy playing in 1st and 2nd if we can avoid it. But, you know, you can't avoid it in the good old game of Catan. This is the role we were given, the role we are assigned, right? So we're gonna have some fun with this, and yeah, let's keep some positive vibes going. So, okay, so we got some good spots going out. We got the 936 going in first, traditional. First, you got to take the ore wheat sheep. Second, opts to go for the highest production on the 659 with the wood brick. We really do love the fact for red here that they get, is this new? You can highlight it. That's cool. You get the 910 and the 105, also with the 10 possibly as a expansion spot. A lot of fun options here. And we also have the 810-5, which is another fun spot. Kind of the main idea between the 936, obviously going in first, is that it's predominantly the only good wheat hex on the board. And with red locking up the 956, it kind of opens up the table to a really interesting dynamic, I would say. Predominantly because you're getting the 10-5 expansion. But I would see and make a case for someone to actually play something a little fun, like a 5-4, 11, 8, 5, 10. Now, granted, you have to get this 3-1 to really make that a shot. But with coordinated roads, that could be something I see myself playing. Like, for example, I would argue here that in 3rd, you probably take one of the 8-4-3s. And it's more than likely going to be this one up on the top. Just kind of, I would argue, because your outs are slightly better. Although, granted, you probably don't want to do double 8-4-3, right? Double 8-4-3 could be a situation that happens, something that somebody kind of like looks at and says, hey, you know, I don't really care, do double 8-4-3. But a double 8-4-3 is kind of a, it's an idea, it's a thought. It could work, could not. But they go 8-5-10, so the dream is dead, my friends, for the coordination of the fun rolls. But, you know, what's interesting is we could definitely challenge this 10-5, right? Granted, now that we're placing in the 4th position, I kind of have to look at what are going to be my strengths and what are going to be my weaknesses this game. Predominantly, I find that, you know, I could go with the 8-4-3 here. But that more than likely, you know, what am I going to pair with this, right? I get to go twice in a row. So I can go here. I don't like double 8-4-3s ever because it's, you know, it's hit or miss coordination. And I honestly, what I'm more inclined to do, believe it or not, is actually going 5-4-11 to 10-5 and 8-4-3 down. That may come as a shock to a lot of people, but I find that this is probably going to be my best chance of taking this game. Now, interestingly enough, the idea here, I'll kind of go over a little more, but this is what we call side-by-side, right? And I feel comfortable with it because I'm going to be getting on the wood port. I'm going to be getting on the 3-1 port. If I opt to get very loosey-goosey, I could build to the 6. But the idea here is, what are your strengths and weaknesses in 4th position? Generally speaking, the reason I prefer to play 4th pick is because of the versatility that it gives you. You have a lot of flexibility when it comes to your placements on the board, the strategies you can intertwine, plowing somebody. Traditionally 1st is hard stuck into or wheat sheep. 2nd, a lot of times has to take maximum production or next strongest or wheat sheep spot. And 3rd and 4th, I feel like, yes, you are disadvantaged by your initial production, but the versatility of the type of setups you can come up with are a lot of fun. So yes, our setup does look very weak here. The main idea or concept behind the strategy would be to first prioritize the road settlement on the 10-5, then prioritize the settlement on the 3-1 or the 8. After that, you then look at what are your options for citying. After you establish that, then you kind of get a baseline of your game plan on how you want to break out. The reason why this strategy, commonly referred to as side-by-side, we crown that as invented by Dandy Drew, of course, or at least popularized by Dandy Drew. The idea is, in a hypothetical where my setup is very weak, I shouldn't be blocked too much. Now, of course, the 5 brick might be hit a decent amount, which is okay. That's understandable. Here we do see that the highest production spot is selected, unfortunately by the bot, but it is a good pick because we do not want to leave that for red. And interestingly enough, I don't know where red wants to go here now. They could go with the 6-3-11, but they don't make anything but wood and brick and a sliver of wheat. I would argue that 10-9-2 to the 5-2 is probably their best play because it allows them to build uncoordinated roads and get to the 9-10, where they can then do wheat and sheep coordination on 10, kind of min-maxing when it comes to their numbers. But, I mean, really, the versatility of that is to be argued. The unfortunate part, though, with it is that you leave a very strong spot for blue. So, red actually opts to make a defensive pick, which I kind of appreciate, but I don't know if it's going to be open. Right here, Pompiliu opts to go down to the 3-10-11, but I do find there to be a strong case to be made that this could be taken outright. Like, you could argue, yes, they might not want to because they can expand to 10-9-2, but with this road, your first priority is the 6-2 anyway, right? And then, like, if you're looking at what's left for blue to take that feasibly gives them a chance this game, their baseline production is so low. I almost feel like you have to prioritize 11-10-9 here to the right, or 10-9-2 to the right, and kind of just lock this up. Which, of course, is... it leaves 3-10-11 open if they go 11-10-9, but the idea of that is they expect it to be open because blue doesn't want to block their own spot here. But with that being said, why wouldn't blue just take 3-11-10, right? They take 3-11-10, who's fighting them for 10-9-2? Nobody. You go down with a road settle there, road settle from the 6-2. I don't agree with the road point by blue, even though they don't make any sheep to port. I think that the 4-11 is a much safer and much better expansion spot because I don't feasibly see blue. Yeah, I mean, to me, this forces blue's hand, right? Yes, you could argue they could do the 3 brick instead, but I think they just recognize the fact that they can't leave that open for red. And it sucks because with red being plowed, this unfortunately puts a lot more pressure and heat on the 10-5 desert spot, which I would argue is pretty crucial to our game. It's going to be the only way that we produce our own wheat. And considering we have a bot this early on, it seems to happen at least in half my games now, we don't have a trading partner in that regard. So a lot of times when you're playing 3rd and 4th position, your setup is weaker, your position is weaker, thus you rely more on the communication trade aspect of the game. And as you can see, red, I'm going to get robbed here because I have more cards, that's how the stupid bot logic works, but unfortunately red is going to be gunning for that spot immediately, which means we're going to be losing it, right? More likely than not, because they just robbed the sheep, or excuse me, the bot robbed me. But if they can get a sheep trade, they're going to get that settled down really easily. And it sucks. We needed that spot, and we're going to try to play off of it, but that effectively turns this settlement into a dead one, leaving us 2 spots to build toward, kind of meaning we have to play budget or wheat sheep without wheat. So kind of a interesting perspective to look at there. But yeah, Player opts to 4-1 the sheep into a wood. They probably drop the road to the 6-2 and pass. Oh no, they're going to the 5-2. Okay. I mean, I respect it. We really need to get this robber moving so that we can hit red. And I do not want to spend my cards until we can get confirmation, because really an 8 and a wheat trade is not that unrealistic for us to get. Now, is it realistic before red gets the settle? Maybe not, but they still have to get another brick. We may not have to, depending on if we can get a wheat trade, preferably from a player like blue. But we're rolling a lot of weird numbers. Another 5, unfortunately, with the block. That really sucks. But we don't want to be passing here with too many cards, right? The idea is that if we can not waste our cards and still win this race to the 10-5, that would be amazing. Unfortunately, they probably get traded here, the sheep for the wood. Which means they know, yep, and they just give them the settle for the 1-1. To me, that just, it's too cheap to do that. It really weakens our setup, though, losing the 10-5. So, as a result of this, we're going to have to try to backpedal, play out our options. I think I'm just going to hit the 6. Oh, I was trying, yeah. I know I hit the 3, you guys saw me, but I think I should have just hit the 6 because it's a bot, right? Whatever. This would have made more sense if blue was this piece instead, but here we are. It's actually not necessarily a bad thing, but now the issue is that the 5 just gets pinned every single time. So, pivoting from a very tough position now, we have to play or wheat sheep. Tradition, or we could get road, but the idea is that we have to get the settlement here, the city on 8-4-3, and kind of maximize what we're doing, which is not an easy task or an easy feat to accomplish, to be blunt with you. The reason I'm trying to, I will always take that. The reason why I'm trying to get on this particular spot is, of course, if I can get a brick and double up on the 8 wood, the 8 becomes a free card. But now I have to get a brick from somewhere with my 5 being pinned. But, of course, I'm going to take a sheep wheat for a brick all day, even if it's my only brick in hand. That trade always makes sense for me to make. We do roll into another wood there with the 8. We really need to get this robber off of us, because we're gonna have a stuck hand, right? Unless we roll like a 3, but then we're giving up the ore that we really don't want to be giving up. You know, honestly, I think I might just solo red, to be blunt, but I think actually it's still probably going to be the 3 block. Yeah, I get a second wheat, which is okay, right? That was their only card in hand, so that was a given, but I have to pass. I don't have another action I can complete. Unfortunately, we rolled the brick after the fact, but I really cannot afford to 7 out. My production is so bad, we have to get these 2 ports down to even have a feasible chance. Red also probably wins the long-term game of Longest Road, which makes the challenge of beating blue for army very difficult because we don't make their type of cards for production. With that being said, we still have the 8 Desert as a potential point settlement spot. And I'm going to keep complaining about 10-5, but that wasn't a guarantee that we were going to get it. So I can't do this trade, unfortunately. I don't know why red doesn't. Well, actually, I do. Yeah. Red's giving him a point for 2 cards, so that's something to put into perspective as well. Here we are rolling. Oh, I really cannot afford to 7 right now. Okay, cool. I'm just going to drop and drop. The reason I take this is because if we happen to roll 2 8s in a rotation, I can just make a brick. So that's not completely uncommon, right? 8s and 6s. Plus the fact that our production is low enough to where we might not utilize the 3-1 a lot. And as I say that, of course, we roll force. Oh, I bite my words immediately. But that's okay, right? That's okay. To be clear, too, like, it's... Okay, there we go. We just rolled into the rotation I was talking about. So I'm going to grab the 3-1, and then I'm going to port down into ore and pass. There's not going to be a lot of trading happening on this board, like I said, because we have a bot. I really hope I don't get robbed here. It's going to go on the 5, and it's 50-50. I just lose the ore that I ported. Oh my god, it's solo, and he robs the ore. And the 8 rolls. So not only did I lose, I effectively lost 5 cards there, and I'm solo blocked now. That is very frustrating. and I get robbed again because I'm visible point leader. I hate that. There's an argument to be made that I misplayed that entirely, because now I just lost an effective 6 cards in that one rotation, which is a lot in terms of production, to be clear. But yeah, whatever. You know, that is what it is. I have to start porting my woods into ores to have a chance here. I ported it into an ore also, rather than a wheat. I'm not 100% sure on why I did that. Actually, no. The reasoning would be like I could probably steal into a wheat, something along those lines. But I need a 3 to roll anyway, so it doesn't matter. I port wheat or I port ore. But we're going to be hitting blue here pretty much only now moving forward because they can sneak along this road. Red is not weak by any means, but the second that blue gets established on this port, they're going to be running away with the game. I really just cannot. I'm going to get robbed again because I'm point leader. See, and the bot solo blocks me. Like, you got to be kidding me. The AI for this bot is so stupid. It doesn't... Like, traditionally in this type of board and this setup right now, there's no situation where we get double solo blocked on 8, right? This is not... But, like, the bot, if anything, should hit the 3, so I'm kind of confused as to why it's initiating robs this way, unless it had an update to its AI. Yeah, and I would normally do this trade, but I'm not going to be giving him a road settle for free, right? And I don't think red should be doing that either. Like, this is not a terrible trade either. I'm going to wait for red to respond. Yeah, I'm going to hold my ground, because if I'm being solo blocked, I just cannot afford to give momentum away, because a little bit of trades are happening now, but later in the game, like, look how many 8s, like, we lost that from the solo, another solo. Withholding the typing there, but I've just effectively lost more than 10 cards from the blocks and robs in just a few rotations, which would have been a city, right? So I'm not saying that we weren't in a good spot, but holy shit, dude. I have to say something. That's basically 3 8s in one rotation that I just lost. Yeah. How do we pivot from that, right? If he wants to settle, I would be probably willing to do all 3 cards. But even then, that's like an exertion of generosity, given how many cards he just made us lose. I know he has an extra wheat in there. I'm not giving up the wood for 1 card when you guys made me lose 10 wood. Get out of here. You're gonna have to give me something better than that. And whoa, yeah, the bot rolls another 7 and we're gonna get robbed again. Oh man, this is so frustrating. All it knows how to do is look at point leader. Like, it doesn't recognize anything else. And of course, that's our fault that we scored a point, I guess, but at least it's off the 8, right? We have to now look at a more positive mentality. The bot locks up a 7-length road for some apparent reason. But we're stuck for 4 rotations, losing 10 cards there. Okay, so let's look and see how we can get out of this. They're going to offer cards for wood. Oh no, they don't want the settlement anymore? And you just give them the settle. I point that out because it's true. Bro, that would have been a city. All right. Let's see if they're willing to give me a trade. I need a trade or I'm completely fried here and we have to port down, which I really don't want to do. Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. All the production we lost, this would have been a very easy city. Like, they accept 1-to-1s with them, no problem, but the second that I need a 1-to-1, it's, oh no, you're too strong, sorry. Like, hello? And this is so stupid because I have to port the wheat down. Or, excuse me, the ore down. Otherwise I 7 out. But it is what it is. I mean, this settle spot's not bad, but it's a lot of investment for not a lot of value, right? We're not traditionally winning this game with longest road, and Red already has 2 down devs. But I guess what's nice is after I establish the settlement here, maybe the 6 starts getting hammered. The 4 becomes a free card with the city. The 8 is already a free card. The 3 becomes a power roll. I just have to get into... like I said, I would have loved to city that turn, but I'm not getting any trades, and I don't think the trades that I offered were unfair in that situation. But, yeah, that's where we are right now. Easy to complain, right? We just have to focus on what we can do better here in this situation. Solo blocked and I lose my ore again. Come on, dude. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. How am I the solo? And I roll into another 8 after losing the 1 ore in my hand. Come on, man. Like, what is happening? I just lost another 8. I have to pass on 6 cards. This is ridiculous. Like, I don't know what else to say. I've been getting hammered by this block. And granted, the entire purpose of this setup is to take something weaker so that you don't get blocked. So it's kind of frustrating. Like, I'm not out of the game by any means, but finally I can move this godforsaken robber. Now, I want to hit 6, not because of a emotional play, but because it kind of just puts it into perspective, like the situation that we're in right now. But I'm probably just going to hit 10 because it's a mutual block. Like, the bot is on 7, right? But, yeah, I want my damn ore back, and I'm going to take my settlement. They're not interacting in chat, so you guys might call me toxic for these comments, but I don't think I should have been hit as much as I have been, right? I mean, the possibility of a road sneak here. You got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, this is a length of 4. You go here to 7. It's not out of the question. The problem is I really need to get the city now. But it's such an interesting dynamic where you might need to look at the board yourself. Yeah. Yeah. I am looking at the board. I got my city if I don't 7 out. Bot's starting to hold for a city. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Let's drop the city and start speed running. The 8's already being pinned, so it doesn't matter. Traditionally, I would make a stupid argument to city this, but no. We are going, at this point, after the city drop, the only action I'm going to be participating is the dev card button to get knights. Because we just have to keep ourselves defended. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that because it's my only sheep. Yeah. I'm going to build dead roads. At this point, because it's all bot, like, we have a bot. Now it's actually, I think I just need to challenge the bot. I shouldn't have blocked the 10. I think that was a mistake. Like, yes, 8 is over-rolling a crap ton, and now that it's unblocked, obviously I am killing it. Mono pull, of course. Yeah, rigged. It is rigged. It's always rigged, right? Blame everything. But yeah, at this point we just have to beat the bot out now. If they city, whatever. I mean, bot logic is not great, but we gotta do what we can. Oh, dang. Yeah, sorry for hard complaining. I understand the 8 is really strong, but I feel like it also has overrolled, so there's a bit of bias there. And obviously city here is really, really good for blue too. But what's nice is that the bot, if it were to play a knight, should be hitting the 6 now. And with mono as our first pull, I mean, we can sneak road. We just have to avoid the bot winning. There might not even be enough time for largest army to be quite clear as well. But the reality now, it's like a rotation, right, of 2 8s and a 3, or like not to win, but just to buy devs, because that's really all you're doing in this position. You're waiting to either sneak road or get yeah, here we go. So we probably get robbed. Yep, that's fine. And presently now, I think I just have to solo block the bot. It's stupid, but I don't want to hit the 8, so that's going to sound very weird to say. But there's also a consideration. This is frustrating. So let me explain kind of my logic here. If I hit the 8, I'm opening up a potential mono for sheep. So I kind of feel like I want to hit 5. Even though that's also not a great block for me to make, because of the coordination of this 5. So, I don't know. Maybe a misplay either way, but I'm not monoing this, right? I don't think. I can't really make up my mind here. I'm going to be solo blocked on the 8 again by blue. This is dumb. But it is what it is. Oh, okay. Here we go. Rotation. Yeah, it's you can't... if this was a player position, obviously I could make a much more clear decision. But because it's a bot, I don't know how to properly assess it. You now see the bot is about to double play with road and army. They have 2 knights and 8 roads, right? So here it's do I mono sheep even though it's such a poor mono? Because it just cleans out the cards. I don't think I do, right? It's such an inefficient play to make. But I'm going to do it anyway. I think, generally speaking, that's a very poor mono. Because it's just a dev. But I kind of see the game closing out in a way where if I'm not getting army here, the bot probably wins. Because it will, yeah. I don't know. Maybe that's wrong. I have another dev in my hand now. So I can... I'm going to pre-roll. Okay. Maybe a mistake, but it is what it is. Now that the mono's out, I just have to hit their best spot. I'm going to be porting down into a ore here. Using the wood, I think, makes more sense. Depending if I pull RB. Nope. Okay. Let's purge out my hand. Get another dev. Okay. Not a bad combination, because now I can drop the road and pass. So we have army, which is going to put us on 9. And then the quickest way for us to win is going to be a road settle in the 8 or taking longest road for 11 points. Yeah, again, I don't think I played the bot correctly here. And there's definitely going to be a disproportionate role for 9s and 6s, I feel like, and maybe even 10. I feel like there was a lot of 8s this game. But the thing is, in order to build 9 roads, right, we now have a length of 4 here and a length of 2 here. By connecting, that is going to bring us to 7. So we are 3 roads off, right? It's not completely out of the question. Let's see if the bot devs... Okay, the bot devs, which is going to force us to play an aggro knight. Unfortunately, if we don't, they have a chance at partaking the army there. Which really, really sucks, obviously. because we want to leave that pinned. I think I probably hit the 5. I'm going to rob black there. Now, are they going to extend the longest road? Probably. I think the play here either way is going to be to drop the road there. Let me just map this out, because if I go 1, 2, I open the road here, that's 3. I go 4, 5, because this is a road length of 4, it'd be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so that's going to be my play either way. It's either going to be opening up the settlement spot for my 10th point, or going to be connecting the 2 roads to win. I just want to count that to make sure I was doing it correctly. Now I get soloed on the 8 because they recognize I have brick in hand and win with an 8 roll. So that sucks. And then if the bot plays a knight, then I'm going to lose army. So it's... Or not yet, but on a following rotation. Yeah, the 8 is the correct block now. I'm not gonna you know, come up with some folly as to why it's not. Blue should have, if anything, asked for help taking longest road, though. Because I don't have a winning roll now. Like, if anything, I don't mind them getting longest road, because we don't need longest road to win. Like, we just need a settlement. So, Yep. Oh, my brick was robbed. Oh, they didn't buy, though. They didn't buy. I mean, considering the fact that they didn't buy... Wait. Oh, I'm a card... Wait, no, I'm not. I just win, don't I? Oh, wait, no, I'm stupid. It's 2-1, you donkey. Let's see if I can get a trade. A sneaky trade. Bum, 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 bum. Hee hee hee. I think I just hold, actually. Because, yeah, I'm going to hold. Sorry, my brain is a little discombobulated. But they should build 2 roads by themselves if they have it. But no, actually, I don't need to trade anybody squat. Because they can take road on their own. Yeah. And the thing is, I just need the settlement. So I'm going to hold my own cards and just settle for win if I can't get longest road. Because road length of 3, road length of 4, that's 7, 9. I mean, I would need 3 roads now. I get solo blocked again. Oh, maybe not. Now it blocks the 5. Okay. Let's see what I roll. Not that. Never mind about 9s. They're picking up. Now I get soloed on 8. Oh, man. The robber is just being thrown around. Like we were talking about earlier, those 10 cards, they made a really big difference. Because really, the table... Or I just cannot have the bot buy another knight before I get my settlement. Because now rolling 3 roads is not very feasible. To be quite clear. Yeah, we just need to hit numbers, right? Like a 4, 3, 6 combo. A dev wouldn't even be out of the question because we have to defend army anyway. They probably hit the 6, I feel like is a fair and realistic block. They hit the 3 instead. Okay, and I'm still robbed. Fair, let's go. I'm just really concerned if the bot gets a dev. Okay, the bot's dumb. It just takes wood. Oh, card shy. Okay, we're not going to be traded here. Let's go ahead and pass it up. Like I said, we just now need to last a single rotation, and we win with a 4, 6, or 8. So, pretty strong chances that happens this orbit. Non-knight in blue's hands, so they're going to be on 8. They extend road to prevent loss from it, but it's quite clear now. There we go. Win in hand, provided we don't roll a 7. Come on, baby. There goes the city by red. Okay, we now have confirmed win in hand no matter what. They're going to pop, then bot probably gets army there. Am I miscounting, or is that enough to partake longest road? That's 3 roads? Just to be mean. I know I have to settle. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What you got? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, no, that just matches it, right? Because that's 4 here, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 1. That's only 10. So good game. I'm just gonna take my. Actually, can we buy a dilly for the win? I think I can do that, can't I? Watch me just completely fumble this, and everybody's gonna laugh at me. Ah, okay. I wanted to do something. I wanted to do something. I know I had more than just that in hand. But, yeah, there you go. Sorry. That was going to be my warm-up wake-up game. Yes, 8s and 5s, super overrolled. And I did correctly call that 6s and 9s underrolled. But I do want to point out, though, that despite the 8 overrolling a crap ton, we were solo blocked on it a lot. So, yes, I will say we got very lucky with rolls. But we were also robbed and blocked accordingly based on said rolls. So, yeah, I got a little complainy in the middle there. But there was a good chance there that, like I said, if this wasn't a bot, right, they could have had army in hand right now and double played. Like, it's all about hand management. And obviously the bot doesn't know how to do these types of things. But I wanted to show you guys a fun little position from 4th that I don't think a lot of people may take in majority of instances. But, yeah, it'll be a fun little puzzle. Like, maybe we'll do a little fun intro for it and see where you guys go. But, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for more content, and hopefully I'll be a little more awake for the next one. Take care.